welcome to In Conversation with Himali. I came across an article about my guest, Mr. Punky Sood, and I was intrigued by his story of quitting up a drug addiction and not allowing his past to determine what was possible for his future. With me today is Mr. Sood, a mountaineer and a managing host at the Great Himalayan National Park, Tirthan Valley, Himachal Pradesh, India. A 17-year-old addiction was given up by sheer willpower and a decision to conquer it. Welcome, Mr. Sood, and thank you so very much for agreeing to talk to me on In Conversation with Himali.
Thank you for taking up such an important and burning issue.
Absolutely, it is an important issue, and thank you so much for agreeing to talk about it, because most people wouldn't agree to talk on this. I'll go straight into the question session, and my first question is that there is a perception that drug users are nasty, bad people, or even maybe mentally weak. Do you think this perception is true?
I won't deny the fact that, what normal people see, they must be assuming, because the action of drug addicts are so bad that people assume that we are bad people. But what I've learned in my recovery and, during my time of period of addiction, I just came to know that we are sick people, we are not bad people. And being sick, we need help, and I got that help in my time. So, yeah,
Right.
I won't say that
That
addicts
they're
are bad.
nasty people.
They are
Right.
sick people.
Right, wow. Not nasty people, but people who need help. Right, well. So why do people take up drugs? What makes them do this at all?
So taking drugs, it can go individual to individual, that what circumstances they have started.
Mm-hmm.
Some do start for fun sake. Some do start in a peer pressure. Some do start, just for sake of, being cool in their, group.
Yeah,
That most of the youngsters do.
yeah.
In my case, I think it was a rejection which I got in school. Being a backbencher and weak in studies, I was, never, uh, you know,
Mm-hmm.
by my teachers or things like that. So maybe being a weaker, with a weak personality,
Yep.
I just wanted to do something, which can differentiate me from other people. And we had heard, in our young days, that smoking makes you cool and look different and,
Yes.
really look good. So yeah, that was one of my reasons to start.
Right. It is very sad to hear that, you being a backbencher was a reason for rejection, and moreover from your teachers as well, because I being a teacher, and, I do understand what you mean perfectly well. But it's unfortunate that our education system still, follows that, where, if you are intelligent, you are the best. And that needs to change, definitely. Mr. Sood, when you took up drugs, what was the emotion that was driving you to take it up again and again? Was it pure addiction, or was there an emotional component attached to it?
The drugs I started with were really not, very, very addictive at one go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think then once I did it, it was, full of fun and pleasure. And then there was I leave it, because I have tried once to do it on Saturday nights or on weekends, or, and suddenly, all of the sudden, I realized that my Saturday nights have converted into Friday nights, Thursday nights, Wednesday nights, Tuesday nights, Monday nights, and suddenly it became a weekly thing, and then a monthly thing, and, all year through. So it became all of a sudden was my lifestyle, and, a part of my life.
Right. So unfortunately, at the start when you were answering the question, there was a little gap because I think the Wi-Fi connection wasn't very good. But what you meant was that it began with an emotional reason to take up drugs, and then it became a habit, right?
Yes, yes.
Right, right. So Mr. Sood, you work with an NGO which is called Naya Savera, a drug de-addiction center. What is your
Yeah.
contribution at the NGO? How do you help over there?
So I am very thankful, to my NGO, Naya Savera, who gave me a new life.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, NGO role is very, very important because they help to people to get out of the active addiction, which is, like giving a break from something.
Mm-hmm.
In my active addiction, when I was trying to quit drugs, I was changing, I was doing geographical changes. I was
Oh,
going from one place to another, running from one mountain to another, going for skiing, going to beaches, going to temples, going to shrines. But this disease is so powerful that it was everywhere with me.
oh,
But when I went to an NGO in a rehabilitation center, it
mm-hmm.
was totally in lock and key, and one addict really needs that kind of treatment if he is not able to do it on their own. So yeah, Naya Savera helped me in that way. So I got out of my active addiction, and then slowly my thought process changed. I got more uh, positive towards life, and slowly things changed. It's just not a matter of time. I didn't become an addict in a night, so I
Right,
didn't recover as well in a night. So it
of
took
course.
time. It was a whole process of becoming an addict, and then leaving addiction and coming into recovery was again a full-time process. It was
Wow.
just not one process. Yeah.
Right. So how long did you have to stay with Naya Savera?
So I stayed. So treatment part was 6 months, and then for next 6 months I volunteered over there.
Wow.
So it was almost a year, 1 year, and I did lot of Narcotics Anonymous meetings from there. This
Oh,
is one of the few rehabs who give you a message of Narcotics Anonymous, which is a worldwide fellowship of recovering addicts and using addicts. Anyone can come to them, attend meetings, and get clean from there. It is same like Alcoholic Anonymous.
so you mean this is an online meeting which helps people to get rid of their addiction?
So before COVID, it was a physical meeting thing.
Okay.
All over the world, people used to meet physically every day.
Okay.
It can be
Mm-hmm.
so. Yeah, before COVID, it was a physical meeting, but after COVID, lot of online meetings started,
Oh, I
which
see.
I think was really helpful because then lot of people connected all over the world in one meeting.
Wow.
Anybody from any part of the world can connect.
So
So I really found it good.
so are you a part of this meeting where you are advising people on how they should, deal with it?
Yes, so I am also part of Narcotics Anonymous. Anybody can be a part of Narcotics Anonymous who is suffering from pain of addiction,
I
whether
understand.
they are using or they are not using, whether they are in recovery or not. Anyone can come and attend these meetings.
Right. So, Mr. Sood, from what you have said, that it was Naya Savera which helped you to come out of this problem. Would you attribute this only to Naya Savera, or did you have support from your family and friends as well to help you to take a decision to get out of it?
See, the main support was from my wife and my brother. Uh,
Wonderful.
Definitely, Naya Savera helped me out a lot. There were some very good friends who wanted me to come out, but when one is in addiction, we don't like those good friends at all. So
Sure. Of
because they
course.
keep on advising you.
Yep.
So one of my friend Rahul, he was also an addict, and
Okay.
he got clean 2 years before me, and he gave me a message. His family basically gave a message of recovery,
All right.
and he also met, and he also gave me a very light message of recovery. He said, "Yeah, you should also go for it."
So you would attribute it to your friends and family. Of course, your wife and your brother stood like pillars with you, but even your friends supported you to come out of it.
Yes, and when I was in my
Sorry, I'm missing your
when I
voice. Can
came
you say that
into
again?
so basically when I came into my early recovery, my early recovering days.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the time when society played a very, very important role in accepting me
Right.
after coming out of drugs. Uh, I was on, I was doing a lot of trekking, and my friends from Bangalore, Manisha, Lakshmi, uh, they were first of the few people, who really pushed me that,
Wow.
okay, what you did was a good and we really respect it. And that
Fantastic.
was, the main push from where I got. And then Mr. Yogender Chaudhary came. I met
Mm-hmm.
him. He also helped me a lot. Then, of course, my counselor, he was one of the mains, Arvind. And then many other good friends like Sandeep Mukherjee and so many other people,
Wow.
who Pesan R. Stevens, my friend from US, he also helped me a lot. His wife helped. So I was very lucky one actually,
Sure.
to get help from these people.
Yes, yes. And all these people whose names Mr. Sood has just mentioned, I think it's time for you to pat your backs for doing such a great deed. Giving support is one of the most, important things that we can do for anybody at all. But how many of us really do it? We shy away from giving support. And so Mr. Sood already gives a message to us that, help people, right? Mr. Sood, would you agree?
Yes.
Right. So, Mr. Sood, how long is an individual gone once they're admitted in a rehab? And is it affordable to live in a rehabilitation center for, say, 6 months or more?
See the rehab which I was, and if an addict spends much more money on
Oh,
its daily using of drugs and alcohol, what they spend in a rehabilitation center. So
right.
I think rehabs like Naya Savera and other good rehabs are quite affordable, you know. Uh,
Right. Right, I understand. So, can you um, can you tell us a little about how you kicked your addiction out of your life and turned towards mountaineering?
so mountaineering was part of my life from childhood.
Oh, is that right?
I we
Okay.
Yeah, so we used to go on a lot of treks,
Mm-hmm.
but then trekking was another thing. Being a mountaineer was another thing. Then uh, drugs came into life, and then I joined mountaineering and drugs together, and I used
Wow.
to climb a lot of mountains and do my drugs. That gave me more high.
Wow.
Uh, but after coming back again from drugs, but then a time came, because these drugs are much more powerful than
Mm-hmm.
what they showed to us in early stages. So
Mm-hmm.
they play very smartly. So in our literature, it is very well said that this disease is very, very cunning, buffling disease. इसको
Right.
हिंदी में चतुर चालाक और मायावी बोला जाता है. So it is a
Chatur,
cunning buffling
Chalak, or
disease.
Mayavi.
Yeah.
Hanji.
So
Right.
it takes you very slowly on, it doesn't grab you at one go. So it
Right.
takes you very slowly, emotionally, physically, and financially.
Sure. I
And
was I was about to ask you that, I from what we've read and heard is that it is not cheap to buy drugs. So how did you manage, to get that money to satisfy your needs?
so see, in starting, so when it was just for Saturday nights, it was a easy money to
Sure.
get from our houses. I
Right.
used to sit in my shop, take few bucks out of that.
Oh,
But once, it was my daily event, and I needed it daily, then, drugs require money. and
Sure.
money can only come, if we do some things
Yeah.
which are not acceptable, that is like stealing money, or doing things
Right.
which are not acceptable in society. So
Right.
stealing was one of the main things.
Oh dear. Right. I seem to have lost your voice. Yeah, there you are
My
again.
most time used to my most of the time used to go in if I have done uh, my evening drug. I have to make money for my morning drug, and then
Wow.
again
Uh, Viewers, because he's speaking from the hills, there is a little bit of lag. Kindly bear with me.
and stealing. Yeah, and stealing was one part of it. Yeah.
Right.
So
So
I have stolen.
you're on mute. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I have stolen a lot of money from my house, from my shop, and then
Right.
slowly, we came into society and started, doing things,
Right.
uh, taking things from one place to another and selling them out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You think of the worst, and we have done that.
So, what is the worst that could have happened, during this addiction that you could have done?
So during my addiction, my everyday was a bad day when I was in addict. It's very well said that uh, even the worst day in recovery is, better than days of our using.
Oh,
So
yeah.
my everyday was a worst day when I was in my using, and worst
Right.
I did, I think, was with my son, which was just newly born and was 1 month old. My paddler was standing on first floor, and I threw him up in the air, and thankfully he caught him, and
You're on mute.
I was there, was sitting there, and he was on my lap, and I was doing my drugs. I was crying, but the addiction is such a powerful disease, that
Right.
it doesn't let you.
Mr. Sood, you give
Uh,
me goosebumps while you talk about this, and how desperate you must be to get your drugs that you could take this stance. It is beyond our
yes,
imagination completely.
yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sood, for being so honest and for sharing all these things, which one wouldn't want to. I really thank you from my heart, because what you're sharing is going to help people who are, maybe even slightly moving towards that side, may want to pull themselves back. I will go on to the next question. You're a mountaineer. Can you share an interesting experience while trekking alone or in a group or something? Can you talk to us about that, please?
So trekking is always a lot of fun, and uh, I just remember that I got my first message of recovery, from my friend from Dr. Jeff Salt from USA,
Oh, all right.
while we were coming down from a mountaineering expedition after climbing a peak.
Uh-huh.
And that was the time when he told me that there is a group called Narcotics Anonymous, in which people talk and, people leave drugs. So I said,
Okay.
how can this be possible? That was in uh, quite a long back, I think in 2002 or 3 when he gave me this
Oh, okay.
message. Yeah, but then when I came in 2007 in my recovery, I remember that, what Dr. Jeff Sauls told me. And then I had a very interesting friends from US called Vince, and
Okay.
Vince played a very important role in my recovery. And during trek, he took me what I'm doing now. He took me 15 years back to this stage, while we were on trek, and he said, "You should come to me in the night after we came back from climbing." And then he started talking me, and he took me into a trance where he showed me this good life, what I am living today.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yeah, I would highly recommend you reading Vince's books. His name is Vince Poshnet.
All
And
right.
one who is struggling with life should read his book called Ant and the Elephant.
Ant and the Elephant. Yes, I've heard of this. I've heard of the book.
Yeah, Yeah,
Right.
so I had been
Wow.
lucky to, trek with such kind of people.
Fantastic and well
Yeah.
done, Mr. Vince. Apart from writing those great novels, you have helped an individual to come back to living his fantastic life. Wow. Can you share something? Now that you were on the mountains and you went to all these different kind of places, maybe some of the mountains which were not explored also. Tell us something about that, an interesting experience while trekking alone or in a group or something.
So one of my very interesting experience about the life is, that
Hmm.
life has its own plan, whatever you keep on doing, how much ever you plan, but mountains have their own plans for, people coming in, whether
Wow.
they want to accept them or not. So
Really?
we were going for a Mount Everest base camp in 2007, I think,
Okay.
2007 or 8.
Hmm.
And everything was so well planned. Flights were booked, hotels were booked, group was there, and we were going every day to this to this airport, and daily our flights were getting cancelled. So it
Oh,
was first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day. And
wow.
because that was my early recovering days, and I was really pissed off with all that.
You're on mute. Yeah.
And I was just out relapsed, and I was thinking of having a drink because I was so, messed up with all
Frustrated.
this.
Yeah.
Thankfully, again, one of my friends, Lakshmi,
Hmm.
she suddenly, she realized that something is going on with this boy. And
Hmm.
she had spent that 1 hour with me
Hmm.
ahead of Pashupati temple in Nepal, talking.
Right.
And
Okay.
then suddenly I realized that my thought has gone away, because if that day she didn't help me, I am sure I would have relapsed,
Oh dear.
and I won't have been sitting here and talking to you.
Wow.
And,
Thank you,
from
Lakshmi.
Mount Everest base camp, yeah, from Mount Everest base camp, we went to Annapurna base camp, which was much more beautiful and much more better.
Right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
mountains have their own.
And are there any mountains which are like unexplored, which you have explored with your guests or something?
Yeah, thankfully, we live in such a beautiful area of Great Himalayan National Park,
Yep.
where we have done about 7 unnamed, unclimbed peaks. We climb a peak and we name it. And
Whoa.
the last peak which we did in 2019 was called Kaya Peak. So we climbed this peak, and my friend from USA,
Hmm.
we have named this peak after her daughter after climbing it.
Oh.
Sadly, Kaya is no more in this world. She
Oh, I'm
left
sorry.
for a heavenly abode. So his father wanted something to be on her name. So we climbed this peak and we named it. And good thing was that my 13-year son was with me on this expedition, which we did
Wow.
together. And he was one of the youngest climbers to be there
Fantastic.
on
And how
18,000
steep
feet.
was it?
It was 18,500 feet. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And a 13-year-old did it. Wow.
Yeah, he did it. He
Wow,
did it.
that is fantastic. So we are coming to an end to our conversation, and I would like to request you to leave a message behind for my viewers. You have already guided us on and told us about how terrible it is if one gets into this addiction. I would like you to also speak to the view to my viewers and give them a positive message behind, please.
So all I just want to say, viewers, just spread the word, about addiction. People do get into shit, but uh, and people do get sick. We are sick people, as I said in starting. We are not bad people. And if you find anybody by standing by roadside or by traffic light or stealing something for drugs, you know, uh,
Right.
he's in a pain of addiction. So just give him a message of recovery. There is hope alive, and
Right.
people do recover. And I would strongly recommend that one should go for Narcotics Anonymous. You can find everything about Narcotics Anonymous on online, and you can just simply pass on the message we are very clear that carry the message and give it to the people who are suffering from it. You never know that whom you help in what way. I've got so much of help from all my friends and society and family.
Sure.
And you know, your small message can make a lot of difference in someone's life.
That's right. Right. And Mr. Sood, I mean, I understand that you are also helping a lot of people come out of their addiction right there in Himachal and in other parts of India. If somebody wants to reach out to you, you know, just to understand how to control their urges, you know, towards this addiction, can they get in touch with you? And if yes, where?
Yeah, sure. So you can get on touch with me on Facebook. I'll share it's called Punky Sood, PANKISOOD. You can just call me on 8894000613.
Right.
You can reach me on email. That's PANKISOOD@gmail.com.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
you
so
can just
much.
and it's 24/7, anytime for this cause. There
Wow.
is no
And
day or night for this cause.
thank you so much, Mr. Sood. And my viewers, I would also like you to know that his wife, Mrs. Sood, is also helping families to understand how to deal with people who are going through these problems. She's standing, you know, right there besides him. She's gone through a lot also while he was in his addiction, but she has been a strong support to him and also is becoming a strong support to people and families who need advice. So in any case, I'll be adding on the links to Mr. Punky Sood's Facebook, his email ID in the description. So if anybody needs to get in touch with him or his wife, they would be there, right? Thank you so much, Mr. Sood, for sharing your life experiences with us and for guiding us to a better life. At any given moment, you have the power to say, this is not how my story is going to end, and believe that the best is yet to come. Viewers, you may find out about the upcoming trekking trips at the link provided in the description also. If anybody needs guidance, like I mentioned, everything in the description for you to look up to. Thank you so much, you all, for your constant support. Do I need to say like, subscribe, and share this video? No, right? But do it no matter. Thank you so much, Mr. Sood.
You're most welcome, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome. Bye.
थैंक यू वेरी मच। और मैं आपको ना इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग में भेज दूंगी आपको, तो आप भी एक बार देख लीजिएगा। आपको अगर कोई चीज ना ठीक लगे तो आप मेरे को बता देना, मैं एडिट कर दूंगी, ठीक है?
राइट।
और पोस्ट करने से पहले भी मैं आपको बताऊंगी। थैंक यू वेरी वेरी मच।
वेलकम जी। बाय।
गुड विशेस।